It's the 13th of the 2nd, 2022. It's 9 minutes past 7 in the evening. It's Sunday. I'm going to go in for a shamanic journey, and this with a wee sermon with it. A Druid sermon and shamanic journey. So a new thing I'm doing on the website and the radio station. A weekly shamanic journey and a weekly live sermon with a shamanic journey live on the radio. So I think we're going to upload it, or broadcast it rather, at 8 o'clock on Sundays. That's every Sunday on Radio Sentinel. You get it on the website, ravenbloodstone.com. Just click on Radio Sentinel Radio up the top. There's buttons up the top throughout the website. I think only the homepage is a link to the radio station. So if you're not on the homepage, you have to click on home to get to the homepage, then go up onto Sentinel Radio. And we are here a weekly shamanic journey and broadcast. Seer journey with a sermon. Or a sermon with a seer journey. Who cares? We're going to go in soon. And we're going to what I learn in books and lore and what I learn from shamanic journeying, I will teach you, the audience, in this shamanic journey. I will teach this lore that I learn and I will preach it to the world on the radio station. That's what we're doing. Now, back to this. We're going to talk about the old gods. Mother Carnunnos. The mother god, not the mother Carnunnos, the mother goddess and the father god Carnunnos. The mother goddess and the father god have children. The goddess Bridget and her sister, the goddess Atene. That's the names that have been revealed to me in shamanic journeying and visions I've had. I'm clairvoyant. I'm not clairaudient. I don't hear from my spirit guides. I see visions. I see visuals. I'm clairvoyant. That's what clairvoyant. If you're clairvoyant, then you see things. I'm a seer. I'm a seer of visions. That's what I do. I see with my third eye. My inner eye, my pineal gland is overactive, and we've all covered this in previous episodes. A seer is a human being, a shaman with an overactive pineal gland who doesn't need shamanic plants like ayahuasca or psilocybin mushrooms to shamanic journey. I can shamanic journey without plants. Now, the mother goddess and the father god Carnunnos, we have to decide what do they want us to achieve. Why are we here? We have to meditate on this and then contemplate it. We meditate and contemplate at the same time. Then we shamanic journey to find out if any of our conclusions that we came up with are anywhere near the truth. That's what I do. That's what other shamans do. That's what old people do. A lot of people shamanic journey without being shamans. It's a good pastime. A lot of people enjoy it. More and more people are taking entheogenic plants and are also meditating. Some people can reach a shamanic trance state with meditation and deep breathing. I can't. It's difficult to do. That's why I'm glad I was made a seer by the mother goddess and the father god Carnunnos. Now, we also want to talk about utopia, why it's needed, where technology is used, and why the technology is used. And we'll also talk about the cult's utopia and the people's utopia. It's two different types of utopia that are being planned. On the underground, the groundswell from the street upwards, you have the people's utopia. That's the type of world that the people want to live in. Then on top of that, you have the government and their bosses, the cult and their utopia, their version of utopia. They're two completely different. One's a dystopia with a utopia for a minority, and a dystopia for a small majority. Depopulate we're talking about. Sick, they're evil, depraved, murderous, psychopathic. That's the cult. They're dark druids. They're doing it so they get reborn in a world where they're guaranteed their wealth. If there's 800 million people living on Earth and those 800 million are born rich, then when the cult dies of old age, the way they see it, they'll be reborn in a rich family. At this moment in time, they're reborn on Earth with 7 billion poor people and only a couple of 100 million rich people. That's the way it is just now. Now, that's not acceptable to the cult, and it's not acceptable to us either. We can create a utopia upon this planet by using technology, and if we all act as caretakers, then we can also create that utopia. Now, we're the caretakers of this planet because we have the technology and the intelligence to create technology and use that technology to further the advancement of the species, the environment, and to clean up our planet. And that's what we must do. Now, it's back to the shamanic journey. Let's go in now. We're going on the old gods and the utopia, as I said. See a light and a bright light. You can see my spirit guide. See a square, a cube. See a bright aura, a bright line, a dark scale behind the tube. It's like a throne now. It's like steps, it's leading up to a door. I can see a cross with a pineal gland in it. Pineal glands for the shaman. They use the pineal gland. Pineal glands are pineapples, a red pineapple I can see. A very small red pineapple. Now it's encased in a pentagram. Now it's in a circle. It's in a globe. Now it's fading. See an aura appearing. The pineal gland's faded. It's coming back. See auras. See I think that's the top of a rabbit's head, I'm not sure. No, it's not. I don't know what that is. It's like 2 antlers. Like a TV antenna, a weird TV antenna. Technology, I think it's a symbol for technology. We have to use technology. We are abusing technology instead of using it to our benefit. The small amount of corporates are using technology to enslave us. We should be using that technology to liberate, to ease our hardship, to half our work hours. And that increases unemployment as well. Half the working week. You work 20 hours a week. More time to play and spend with your family. More time to shamanic journey and meditate. Can't see anything now. See our love heart? Spirit guide lights what I'm saying here. See our tunnel? 2 tunnels. One to the left, one to the right. See an eye as a transcended master watching us, looking to my right. See a brush, an upside down brush. See a hand. Can't see anything now. I open my eyes and go back in. I stare into a candle. Then I close my eyes and go in deep. Then I see for several minutes. They're all short visions I'm getting now. My visuals light up what I see with my eyes closed. I can't see a dark corner. I come out and go back in. Right, what did we see there? We seen like an antenna as if it's for technology, and that is what we were talking about, where technology is used to minimise hardship in a utopia. And we've also got to talk about this to our families and friends, why it's needed. And we've also got to mention the cult's utopia versus the people's utopia, because they're two completely different things. One's an 800 million populated planet, that's the cult's utopia. The other one's 5 to 7 billion people living on this planet. That's the people's utopia. We can cut the population down and maintain a healthy life cycle by having 2 to 3 children, not having any more than 3 children. We can do it. It's achievable. If we all only have 2, or maybe the odd one having 3, we can keep the population at a healthy level, and we've no need for the cult to depopulate us. The only reason they're depopulating us is because they want to be reborn into money. They see the poverty on this planet at this moment in time, and they don't want to experience that for themselves. And you know, if they get reborn, chances are they'll be born poor, working in a poor country for £1 a day. They run that risk, so they want to create that utopia as quickly as is possible. So we have got to be careful and wake up quickly. Now back to the shamanic journey. We've seen technology there, I'll go in that. We've seen antenna. We know we have to use our technology to create a better government and a better society for ourselves. So we also must shamanic journey on what the gods want, then talk about it to our kin, then our friends, even in the pub. You might find it embarrassing maybe, but who would find shamanic journey embarrassing? It's an interesting pastime. If you do shamanic journey, talk to your friends about it, and shamanic journey for the right reasons, not just for enjoyment, but also for lore, to learn lore. That's what it's all about. We're here in the mortal realms to learn how to transcend. That's why we're here, to learn how to transcend, to turn the nog, the other world, heaven, paradise. Now back to shamanic journey. I go in again. Mother, Carnunus, Bridget, Etienne, and Utopia. That's what tonight's sermon is about. This week's sermon. Yeah, I change the tune. That's a slow tune. Oh, I'll put the video on, put the visuals on. Right, we are straight into the candle. And tonight's sermon is about the old gods and what they want us to create on earth, a utopia. See two bright souls, like two angels. See an order. There's a path on it. A path leading to a mountain. There's a dark light shining, like a dark torch shining from the mountain, moving around, shining to my left and right. It's darkness within darkness. It's dark, it's really dark. With rays, dark rays shining out. It's hard to explain. It's my vision's lit up with borders, and I'm seeing darkness and bright colours within the visuals. I'm a Druid Seer. That's why I see these things. See a home moving to my right. See, I think that's the Mother Goddess. We have to be respectful here. She's looking to my right. That's the people I'm helping that are to my right. They know who they are. They're listening to this on the radio. They send me emails. The Mother Goddess wants to help them out. They have to wake up. See my spirit guide, I think. See orders. Mother Goddess Vader. There's Canonus. I think that's Canonus. Looking at me turned into a lion. That's Canonus. Looking to my right. That's looking towards the people on my right. See orders. See a face. I can't make it out. It's I, she. I don't know if it's a keeper or a sentinel. The sentinels are the guardians of Turnernog, the other world. See orders. See a bright aura shining in the middle of my vision. It's lit up from side to side. I could sometimes call what I see a screen. It's like a screen encased all around me. Virtual reality, I suppose. The best I can describe it is when everybody that's done shamanic knows what I'm talking about. Especially if you've taken ayahuasca. If you've taken ayahuasca, then you know exactly what I'm seeing. See a sheep coming up close to me. I think that's a deer after it, a shamanic deer. Didn't look healthy, now it looks healthy. Now it's turned into a stallion, a horse. looking upwards. Now I can see her face, and I see Transcended Master looking at me, or else looking to my left now. I don't know who that is, if it's a Transcended Master or a God. I don't know if it's Canonus. I don't think it's Canonus. It's Canonus. Spirit Guide highlighted Canonus. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a rebirth graph. I thought it's a bit if I need a drink of ginger. I'm talking too much in this one's a sermon. I'm hungry as well. Can't see anything just now, that's why I'm talking. I'm waiting for the visuals to come. They come in waves. We're talking about Utopia and the old gods. See if we can get visions on them. Inspire people to wake up themselves and wake up their families and friends. Let's wake the world up. Get on ravenbloodstone.com. Then listen to the radio station. Every 8 o'clock I'll be doing a weekly sermon and Seer vision. Come out and go back in, I can't see it. I'll see how long that's 22 minutes. Going for another 8. Then I take a wee breather, then I edit together these 2 videos in an hour long sermon. I get 2 sermons and Seers on these. They're going to be about the same subject. I can't do a full hour just now, I'm too tired. My throat's giving up. We're talking about the old gods of Utopia. I'll go in now. Need to stare into a candle. Then close my eyes deep. See a tower, that's it, a Native American tent, near a tree, a cave, you can see a cave in front of the tree. See a pineapple, that's the pineal gland floating upwards. Orders, very great orders. We'll end this, seen that, let's let guys end this one. End it here, record it. Or join these 2 later, do a half hour one and a wee while. We'll edit the 2 of them together. Yeah. Now that was a wee shamanic journey on Utopia and the old gods. The old gods in Utopia. Utopia is what the gods want. And well, so if the gods want us to create Utopia on Earth, then we must try and create that Utopia. That means changing who you vote for. You must not vote for the establishment parties any longer. We must choose a different path. And for me and most people in the West, that is the Green movement, the Green parties. They're the Earth parties. They won't depopulate this planet. No, they want the human, animal, plant, and earth biosphere to thrive, whereas the cults parties, Labour, the Tories, Republicans, Democrats, I don't know what it is in Europe, or the French, German parties, they're the mainstream in the West, they're all the same. They're all under the control of the cult. We need to vote for alternative parties to create the utopia that the gods, the mother goddess and the father god want us to create. Now, I haven't got a name for the mother goddess. We've just to call her mother, as we would our own mums. I called my mum mum. I call the mother goddess mother, and the father god Carnunnos. I just say Carnunnos for that. I'm not being disrespectful. That's the name that was revealed to me in a shamanic journey, Carnunnos. It was a visual journey in one of my videos. It showed me appeared in one of my as a image, as a painting that I put in one of my pagan folk videos for the god Carnunnos. That's why I'm aware that the father god is Carnunnos, the god that the Celts used to worship 2,000 years ago, the old gods. Mother goddess and the father god Carnunnos are the real gods, and their two children, Bridget and the 10. Now, the utopia we can create. With technology, we can create that utopia, but we must create a survey of the earth. We need an earth-based resource survey. We need to find out how many people our planet can sustain with the resources that we have. At this moment, the United Nations, the closest thing we have to our world government, they're not doing this. They're not checking out the world's resources. They're allowing the corporations to rape the resources for personal short-term profit. That's why we're producing in Asia and sending it via ships that use oil to the West instead of producing in the West. You build and produce locally. What you can't build and produce locally, you import. You don't import what you can produce and build locally with your own workforce. We must create a sensible government for our country. That's what the Sentinel Party is all about. That's the political party I'd love to start. If I get enough money behind me, I will start that party. The main aim of the Sentinel Party is a green-based, earth-based, mother-loved-based, a government that follows the gods' wishes, legalises entheogenic plants, and leaves behind a lottery government. We all know what a lottery government is, where all of us over the age of 25 go into a lottery every 4 or 5 years, whatever we decide it to be. Every 4 years, the whole country goes into a lottery, except those who have been excluded, like the people that employ people, self-employed, and self-employed that employ people. People that are being excluded, everybody else goes into the lottery and you become the MP for 4 years if you are selected, if you are one of the 700 MPs selected. It cuts out the career psychopaths. That's what we want. Those career psychopaths, then the cult have no power. And if the cult have no power, then we don't get the cult's dystopia. We get the people's utopia. Now I call it quits at that, and I'll do another wee journey later on.